Apple's new phone, as you know, hit stores today. We want to get to Steve Kovach at the flagship in Manhattan. He just spoke to Tim Cook. Hey, Steve.
Hey there, Carl. Yeah, I just caught up with Tim Cook. He was he was out in front of the Apple store here. He was filming a sketch with Jimmy Fallon, our colleague over at 30 Rock for The Tonight Show. I caught him on his way out and asked him the most important question of the day, which is what iPhone demand is looking like so far. Take a listen.
Today is great and very exciting.
Better or worse than last year?
Oh, I don't know yet. It's only the first hour, so we'll see.
Pre-orders good?
It's amazing.
Everything is enthusiastic.
So, too early to tell, but this is something we've been hearing, guys, from Wall Street analysts, kind of picking apart the pre-order data that we've gotten so far, looking at those ship times and noticing basically that the ship times have kind of narrowed compared to last year, leading some to believe demand is weaker than it was a year ago. But we also heard from the T-Mobile CEO this week as well, saying that demand or that sales so far are greater than they were last year. That's one data point we have. I will say the line is around the block today. A lot of people out there buying iPhones, but you heard from Cook what they're seeing so far as demand, guys.
Steve, have you been hearing criticisms or concerns about limitations on memory and what that says about the kinds of tools that you're going to be able to use on Apple Intelligence?
Well, all the phones that they're selling right now, the iPhone 16, the entire lineup, is going to be able to run Apple Intelligence when it launches in a month. As far as older devices, it's only the 15 Pro from last year that's going to have it, plus some Macs, recent Macs that came out in the last 3 or 4 years will also be able to use it, plus some iPad models. But obviously, everyone really cares about the phone. But it's really interesting, Carl, because I was talking to so many people waiting in line. These are the top-tier Apple fans who are here every year no matter what. Almost no one said they're here because of artificial intelligence. They want the new phone. Most people pointed to the camera as the number one reason they're here, not artificial intelligence, despite the fact that they decked out the store behind me in this new look for Siri, all talking about AI and artificial intelligence. That's just not going to be ready yet for another month or so.
Did the camera get appreciably improved, Steve, in the new model?
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Sure. Did the camera get appreciably improved in this new model?
Yeah, that's the big thing people are talking about. It actually has this new shutter button, like a dedicated camera button. So not only are the cameras improved over last year, it's these more dynamic controls that you can do. I talked to one person in line, a 25-year-old YouTuber, who is really excited about these new camera controls, almost more than what the camera lens and the quality of the picture itself. So this is almost like an influencer phone, if anything, guys.
You know, Steve, if you take a look at what's going on, say, in the sports betting world, if there were people who were constantly saying, look, take the over or, go with the dog, and they were wrong each week, wrong, we probably would not be willing to pay for their services. We would dismiss them. All these different little services that we have, that we get, that tell us how Apple's doing, seem to be equally as wrong as a bookie who tells you to take the over or the dog every single week. But why do we still pay those brokers and we shut down anyone who doesn't know how to do a fantasy league?
Yeah, look, I'm not a gambler. I only know what people are reading into any data they can get. And right now, Jim, the only data that we have is what those ship times look like. And of course, the analysts will be out there doing their channel checks today, talking to folks like those people behind me, why they're buying the phones, which features they're excited for. So I expect over the weekend and early next week to get even more clarity on how well the phone is selling compared to last year. Look, basically everyone's saying the same thing. It might look a little muted at first today. UBS analysts actually use that word, Jim, muted, but that doesn't mean this isn't going to be a longer upgrade cycle. I'll point to what Wamsi Mohan over at Bank of America has been saying, that this is going to be a multi-year cycle just because of the way Apple Intelligence is rolling out. It's going to take a month or 2 or 3 into next year, more countries. So it's not going to be a one-off, huge surge of phones. That's the bull case right now, Jim.